Oh shit. What up, family? What's good? What's good? What's popping with the population? King Buck Wild, my boy. What's good? That bitch. What's good, baby girl? Quan, what on? Who we got in here? Flex CK. What's good? Why you mad for? What on? What on? We got V in here. KLP in here. Miss Montana. Tennille. What's good? What's good, man? And y'all pop out. Y'all pop out, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. It's open season on rappers, people that own labels. It really is. Uh, Sad to say, but the internet is a gift and a curse. You know. Um, so it's a lot of stuff going on. It really is. It really is. Shout out over East. It's open season on the industry. Period. That's right. It's open season on the industry. It really is. I ain't gonna be. I ain't. This live ain't gonna be long. I ain't feeling too good, so I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna just go ahead and get into it. Y'all share this, man. Those of y'all that don't make it, y'all catch the rerun first and foremost. Cause y'all hear me. Y'all hear me. How my value sounding. My sounding good. Okay, I appreciate that, Tennille. Um, First and foremost, I want to say this. I've been getting a lot of complaints about the sound of about the audio on my videos. And I think I figured out what it is. I've been making adjustments. I've been all over Google. I've been all over these different AI sites trying to figure out what it is. And quite frankly, I think that I have a pretty good idea what it is. Okay, so if you've tried to watch one of my videos from an Android device, hit the number one. Type one. If you've been watching my videos from an Android device and you've been having problems with the audio, I need to know, because most people ain't saying nothing that's wrong with the audio. So I'm thinking these are the people with iPhones. I have an iMac computer. All of my software is ran through Apple, basically. So I mean, this is the mic that I use. So this is the mic. I know it ain't nothing wrong with the mic. So it's not the mic. I've been checking my output when I drop my videos. It ain't nothing wrong with the output. It was one thing that I was doing that I'm gonna stop doing on this next video, and I'm gonna see if that may have been it. But I never had any complaints with the audio before like that, for real. Now I'm getting complaints with the audio. So I don't know if it's because people are on Android phones. I'm not sure if that's it. I mean, have anybody watched any of my videos from an Android phone and the sound was okay? Again, I'm not talking about while I'm on live. What's good, AZ? I'm not talking about while I'm on live. I'm talking about the videos that I've been putting out. People have been complaining in the comment section saying that there's something wrong with the sound. Now, I know everybody ain't just saying that, you know. Something has to be wrong. But it sounds good on my end. And then when I drop the video, it's something wrong with it on their end. So I'm like, that's what's it's messing me out. It's messing me up. It's hard for me to test it if it's sounding, you know, it sounds good to me. That's the problem. So when I test it, when I'm dropping it, it sounds good, but my feedback is, and it's not everybody. It's just it's a nice handful of people that's saying that they're having problems with the audio and they want me to do videos over. So I want everybody to get the full experience of what I'm doing. You know, I'm doing this for everybody. I'm not doing this for just certain people. So when I spend this time making these videos and people are saying they can't hear them, that's a problem for me. So I'm trying to figure out what the problem is. Every video I see be straight. I got an Android and your video is good. The sound getting distorted some way, somehow. Good, they tripping. It's on their end. Okay. Never on my side. I'm on iPhone and the audio been bad on the videos. See what I'm saying? I watch Android, no problem. So I'm not figuring out what it is. I need a new chair too. This motherfucker squeaky as hell. There's one more thing that I'm gonna try though. That it might possibly be that, but I doubt it. But I don't know. I might have to just go back to the old way how I used to do my videos, recording. Because it has to be something with this, with this Scarlet box. You know, I just got out. Before I got locked up, I didn't even have no Scarlet box. So I don't really know how this stuff works. So I'm trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, starting off, man, I want to say, man, shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man, the Crown chat, man. Y'all already know what time it is with your boy. First and foremost, I want to say, Melo Bucks. Melo Bucks just dropped a diss. She dissing YFG Fatso. If y'all ain't seen that on Instagram, she went crazy. She dropped it to that Baby Chief Do It beat that went Kanye went crazy, or what is it? Went West. It's called Went West. She went off. The thing is, like, you gotta understand, like, it's consequences to that shit. Like, a lot of these guys ain't rapping. These niggas ain't rapping. You got your rappers, and then you got your people that's getting on these tracks. Then you got your people that ain't thinking about that. They trying to slide through that motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? So you just suffer 4 casualties at your album release party, and here you go again. Now, don't get me wrong, the music is real good. Like, you damn near rapping better than everybody in Chicago. Shout out to you. But I'm just saying, baby girl, be careful. And get you some security. That's the main thing. Get you some security, man. Because niggas don't care about nothing about you being no female. And the way you getting down on them on that song, you know, niggas gonna be embarrassed. You know, it's a lot of people gonna feel some type of way about that. So, you know, just to let you know. Again, the industry is being attacked from all angles. Now, after what? 23, what this is, we in 25. After 28 years, damn near 30 years, people are coming out against Birdman and Cash Money saying that they're responsible for the murder of Yella Boy. I don't know if y'all remember Yella Boy back in the day. This is that badass Yella Boy. I was born in 88, so he died when I was 9 years old. That's how long it's been. You know, um, I don't know why, but guys are coming out saying that he, he had that done to Yella Boy. Now the thing is, they also said that Yella Boy, was real active. Yella Boy was beating motherfuckers up. Yella Boy was coming and shooting people's house up and stuff like that. So, from my perspective, even if Yella Boy did get caught with his pants down and end up getting taken out, that's still a form of self-defense. Well, how could you say such things, SNTV? Because, I mean, come on, y'all. When you from the hood, you understand one thing about war. And the main thing is crush your enemy totally. Like, before you get me, I got to get you. It's either me or you. When it's me or you, it got to be you. You know what I'm saying? And then after 28 years, there's something fishy about it coming out now. Now, one thing about cities like New Orleans, cities like Baltimore, cities like Detroit, Philly, Chicago, these cities have these dangerous drugs, right? This fentanyl, this heroin, the what's that shit? The wiki sticks and shit like that, formaldehyde and bombing fluid. These drugs have people out of their body, have people out of their mind. They distort your thinking to the point to where after you get through doing whatever it is, after you do these drugs, you're going to do some crazy shit. When you come down, you don't even really understand or remember what you did. That's how extremely dangerous these drugs are. Y'all seen my documentary about Big Lurch? Well, he got on the the formaldehyde, and he didn't, or the angel dust, and he didn't, basically cannibalize the woman, but he don't really remember what happened. Me, myself, personally, I think that somebody got him high, did something to the woman, and then after that happened, he high. He don't know what's going on. He high out his body. He ain't even on earth. Yeah, his body here, but his mind is gone. It been so many people to get on that stuff and never came down. A perfect depiction of that was Smokey in Friday. He had smoked some Sherm. And yeah, it was funny, but if you know anything about Sherm, some people call it wet, some people call it water, some people call it wiki sticks, some people call it whack. That shit real deal have you like that. How how it used to be, he might just be talking to Craig. He might just, you know what I'm saying? All that shit there. That's it. Some people never come back from that. There's people that's out there right now that they mind gone right now because they smoke too much Sherm. It's people out there that took a hit for the first time and then they mind gone. I know people that smoke K2 for the first time and then now they mind gone. So you have these dangerous drugs. And in New Orleans, I feel like the reason why New Orleans has continued to be, even though New Orleans is not that big, New Orleans has continued to be one of the most dangerous cities in America because of how rampant and prevalent the drug heroin is. One thing about a heroin addict, one that's on heroin, if they can't get it, they become real, real, real sick. So if they don't have no money and the resources to get it and you deny it to them, you deny them the heroin, you can become a victim very easy. Because it's literally life and death for them. If you've ever seen a heroin addict trying to kick that shit, they literally become very, very hostile and belligerent. And they can die from it. That's how bad that addiction is. And they say that fentanyl is worse than heroin. So, so you can just imagine back in the 90s how dangerous New Orleans was. And then you got other elements that I'm not gonna talk about because those they kind of irrelevant, but it still adds to the folklore and the danger and also the mystery of the Big Easy or New Orleans. So shout out to Seti Nash. I watched one of his videos earlier, and then I seen another video about Drill Time. Shout out Drill Time TV. And then I did a little bit more research, and this is real, y'all. Like, people from New Orleans are coming out now, and they're saying that basically, like, Cash Money and Baby them had something to do with Yella Boy death. So I'm gonna let y'all watch this little video right here, right?
I'm the only one that have enough credit and credibility being around Yella. I'm the only one that have enough credit and credibility being around Yella, being that I pulled him off the porch to tell this story. And we all know what the rumors were, this, that, and the other. But like I said, I was there. So I'm going to give y'all the real story. So as far as the rumor y'all heard, it is true. In my opinion, CMR, Cash Money Records, is responsible for Yella Boy's death. And a close affiliate of theirs, who goes by the name of Hot Beezle, is the one who carried out the hit.
So Hot Beezle carried out the hit, but this is where the Rico part jumps in. Let's go.
Cash Money Records orchestrated the hit on Yella Boy, and Hot Beezle carried the hit out. So some of y'all might say, well, we already heard that, but let me give y'all some receipts.
Juggling multiple client sites? Supercharge your productivity with.
So y'all know years ago we had it popping off the chain. We had to sit on lock, having it our way. Eventually, we will come to odds with Cash Money because we started seeing money going into their pockets, into their bank account, and seeing stuff that they was buying, and it wasn't adding up to the checks that they was writing to us. They was giving us money, but it wasn't what we deserved. They was giving us kind of on the cool. We was getting what we asked for, but we didn't know better. We wasn't getting what we earned. And later on, down the line, we will find that out in a court battle. So during this time, you know, y'all was doing his thing, but like I said, I pulled Yella off the porch. And pretty much we had a drug habit, but you couldn't tell us that something was wrong with us because we had so much money. And that's one of the most dangerous drug addicts that can exist, is a drug addict.
Now let me show y'all something, right? I don't know if y'all know, but back then, like 85% of Cash Money artists were on heroin, right? Juvenile, BG, Turk, all of them were on heroin, right? So by them being on heroin, this enabled Baby and Slim to basically short in them like a motherfucker. Like, they were able to make all of that money and keep a lot of that money. You know, Wayne was young. He was 13, 14. So all of them were young and they were on heroin. So as long as I'm able to feed you this drug and keep a little bit of money in your pocket, keep you with a car too. And I say this all the time. Y'all can remember what Juvenile, as a grown-ass man, kept asking Baby for the keys to the Rover truck. Right or wrong? Y'all remember that? Baby, let me get the keys to the Rover truck. Why was he asking Baby for the keys to the goddamn Rover truck? Why didn't he have his own? He kept having to ask every time he trying to go somewhere and do something, he asking Baby for the keys. You know? Think about it. He asking Baby for the keys to the Rover truck because he ain't got his own goddamn Rover truck. But at that time, Cash Money was the hottest thing out. And then you remember they kind of got hot off the off the cusp of P. You remember P broke New Orleans though all the way down. P had 50 artists. All of them had CDs every week. No Limit was dropping a different album. P had the game on lock at one point in time. So Cash Money, right after P cooled down, Cash Money start getting hot. You know? So they were making a lot of money. But he kept having to ask Baby for the keys to the Rover truck because he ain't had no goddamn Rover truck because Baby wasn't really, you know, hey, you take this dope, get you high, you got a couple thousand in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? You got a place to lay your head, you know, a little apartment or something, or a nice little decent little house. We got mansions and shit, castles and shit over here though. Helicopters. You know what I'm saying? We in Bentleys. Y'all in shit, Mazdas and Pontiacs and, you know, shit like that. Hyundais and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how that dope had them, man. Dope shit. That dope allowed them to allow Baby to handle them when it came to that money, for real.
With money. One thing is being on drugs and don't have money. That's going to lead you to robbing, stealing, and killing. But when you're a drug addict with money, you don't think nothing wrong with you. You know, we still came outside every day with ballet shoes and polos and jabots and jewelry and fly cars, nice houses, but we had drug habits. And when I say receipts, I mean receipts because my city can back what I'm saying. As all this going along, we started asking questions about our royalty checks, and you know, tensions begin to rise. So me being the cool head and the one that likes to calculate before I react, you know, I used to always tell y'all, just chill, man. We gonna figure it out and do it how we have to do it and get our bread. But Yella, who was a little hot-headed.
All right, now somebody just said, Juvenile wasn't no heroin. My bad. I was young. I put Juvenile on heroin too. My bad. But I know them niggas wasn't getting did right with that money because they always talk about it and they end up leaving Cash Money. A lot of them left Cash Money. Lil Wayne ended up suing Cash Money because he wasn't getting his money. This guy right here, he was a part of a whole group called UNLV, and he's saying that all of them was on heroin. He's saying it right here. You know what I'm saying? He's saying that because they were on heroin, basically they wasn't getting what they were supposed to get.
Well, he was real hot-headed. He wasn't having that. So Yella used to challenge Baby, aka Birdman, all the time and test his gangster, and Birdman would test his gangster, and them two would clash a lot. So during this time, most of the time when things would get too far, I get tired and get fed up and be like, man, I'm about to go get myself clean, this, that, and the other. And during this time, things had got real heated with us, and I decided that I wanted to go to the rehab and be like, fuck it, man, let me clean myself up.
But you asked for that money. And basically they gave it to you. So if y'all would have lost money, aka they would have lost money, would you have taken a smaller cut? No. So that's business. It's risk and reward. You guys more than likely was cool with a guarantee. So y'all basically on some stuff where it's like this. Hey, we're going to do this and we're going to get paid and we're going to be good. But the problem with that is it sounds like they might have found out a little bit more or paid a little bit more attention.
Canva Enterprise in 3 words is scalable, efficient, and collaborative.
The ability to lock templates.
Honestly, it's the background remover tool.
Background remover.
The background remover. Canva's caption option, it is so easy, so fast, and it just has saved me so much time.
Let's keep on going.
And things had got real heated with Birdman and Yella, and they had a verbal altercation, and Yella took it up on himself and rode around Birdman house in New Orleans East and shot up a bunch of cars, 3-4 cars. So I got the phone call that he shot up 2 cars, this, that, and the other. And you know, he kind of was on the move, and we wasn't talking to each other at this time because I was real pissed off with him. So if anybody in my hood know Yella, they would know that he was a mama's boy, the only child. and he had a little greed with him, and his greed would kind of ultimately cost him his life, because Yella had them went behind our back and booked the show at Warren Easton without us. And Warren Easton was his alumni. So on the night he booked the show at Warren Easton, he went did the show, and after he did the show, the mark was already on his head. You feel me? So now this where the snake shit come in at. You feel me? So my receipts are that OG Giggity was initially summoned to do it, but to give him a little credit, he didn't want to touch it. But to take that credit right back away from him, he passed that shit on to Hot Beezel. And I'm gonna tell you how I know for sure Hot Beezel pulled it off. So on this night, Yella used to hang with this little dude, Manfield. Rest in peace, Manfield. Manfield dead right now. After Yella was shot and killed that night, by me knowing he hang with Manfield, that was the first person that I started looking for to find out what's going on, because I knew for a fact he was with Manfield. So word on the street, Tech looking for Manfield, Tech looking for Manfield. And Manfield was dodging me. So, instead of making my rounds, mind you, I'm just left the rehab, but I done relapsed again. I'm back on dope because my nerves bad and something off. So I finally catch Manfield on 6 and LaSalle by Julio's store, sitting on the ground full of that dope. I run up on him and give him a 2-piece and some fries. Pop, 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 pop. He dodging me for what happened to Yella. So when I pressed Manfield told me, yeah, I was with Yella, but he picked up Hot Beezel, and Hot Beezel made Yella put Manfield out the car. Yeah, straight up, real receipts. So once I learned that, I just like, okay, I'm gonna play it cool. But I'm so invested and so addicted to drugs, that would be my first order of business every day. You know what I'm saying? Where the real receipts came in at, because it could have just been Manfield word against his, but I doubt it, because why would Manfield just make up a cockamamie story like that? So what made me know for sure that he did pull his snake ass shit off is because a little bit before that, Baby, aka Birdman, brought me to this car dealership out there in New Orleans East on Bullet. I think it was a Ford, Bond Ford, or if it wasn't that, but it was on Bullet. And he cashed me out a red Ford Mustang, right? So once he cashed me out, he left. So I built a relationship with the salesman. Boom, 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 boom. We got the car, blah, blah, blah. Bam. I'm swinging and banging in the car. A couple of months had passed, and I was like, I'm gonna go trade this car in. So when I go trade the car in, and I walk into the car lot, he was like, "Oh, what's up, Tech? Your man's just left here buying one of his little homies a truck." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Who it was?" He couldn't tell me who it was, because at the time, who the fuck knew who Hot Beezel was? You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew who you was. Remember Hot Beezel? We the ones that put your name in songs. Cycle of Skeeter, Uncle Larry Hurricane Cup. They come from Gangsta Cocoa Peanuts, who they all got pumps. Yeah, nigga. Remember that? Your name was Psycho before it was Hot Beezel. We put you in songs, and you snaked my little partner. But anyway, once I learned that, I go uptown, I see Hot Beezel with a brand new Toyota. So I'm like, oh, so that's who Birdman bought the truck for. Now, mind you, Hot Beezel had no affiliation with us, Cash Money. So there's no logical reason that Birdman would take him to the car lot and buy him a car. There was no way that he could have earned that money. He didn't carry no boxes. He didn't put up no posters. He didn't do no road work. He didn't do nothing. He just came out the blue and went to the car lot with Birdman and was bought a Toyota truck. So that confirmed it for me. But I been knew that Hot Beezel was a snake, because way back then, even when we was like little kids, and you know how you sit on abandoned steps and you spray paint your name on the house, he would sneak around there at night and scratch our name out and scratch 4th Street on the motherfucking house. Just some dumbass hating that shit. And then fast forward, we still would put their names in songs. Nobody know who Mosquito, Gangster, Psycho, or none of these boys was until UNLV put their names in songs. We made them neighborhood superstars. And then we the ones took y'all outside the hood and let y'all see the city and other cities outside the city.
All right. I done had enough of Tech 9. Basically, moral of the story is y'all see what's going on. Like, we would have to be fools to think that a lot of these hits that took place back in the day wasn't orchestrated by a lot of these record labels, right? Like, that's just like Vaughn, for instance. Duck and Vaughn. Or Mo3 and Yella Beezy. Just because they got money, that don't mean that their problem stopped. As a matter of fact, the money made it worse. Because now I could put this money on your head. I ain't even got to do it myself. I could get somebody else to do it. You see what I'm saying? So the money made it even worse, right? So back then, you know, it was a lot of that going on. It's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to come out in the future. Mark my words, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to come out in the future with dealing with people putting this money on these guys' head. Now, the thing is, I don't think that they can prove that. And then you're going to have to prove that, and then you're going to have to deal with the best in the game. Baby got too much money, so you know he going to hire the best of lawyers, you know? So, do I think that Baby's going to get knocked off right there? No, I don't. But what I'm going to say is tread lightly. And I'm not just talking to Baby. I'm talking about all y'all niggas. Tread lightly, because a lot of y'all got skeletons in y'all closet, man. You know? We've heard the rumors. We've heard a lot of that stuff. And those rumors, a lot of those rumors just ain't came from nowhere. And yeah, we want to believe certain stuff, but in all honesty, we don't know. Some of these guys that we looked up to and that we thought may have been the coolest people, or, you know, our role models and stuff like that, some of these people have some real deal evil dealings now and then. You know? They say a lot of stuff. They say a lot of people say P got Slim knocked out. You see what I'm saying? And it be a lot of stuff that be going on within these labels, and not just within these. They be personal stuff that be going on that we don't know about. They said T Grizzly had his auntie knocked off because of some difficulties that some issues that they was having behind the scenes. But in front of the camera, you know, everything good. You know what I'm saying? You just never know, y'all. You just never know. But I will say this. The internet eventually is going to come out. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Like, the internet make it to where it's like, it's on some shit to where you can run, but you can't hide shit. For real. This happened 28 years ago. And this man just not saying something about it. And I ain't let y'all watch the rest of it because it's kind of irrelevant. He kept kind of repeating the same thing, but he basically said that he's tired of, you know, the reason he's coming out with it now is because he's tired of people thinking that Cash Money this and Cash Money that, you know what I'm saying? Like, they need to know what really happened to Yella Boy. And Yella Boy was very loved in the city of New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? They said that when Yella Boy died, like, it tore the city up type shit, you know what I'm saying? And he was saying how Cash Money still go back to this day, and they have certain people around them, and they deal with the young artists, and they make people think that they just this and that, and they make a lot of these young artists think they're gonna deal with it when in actuality they not, you know. So he had his reasons, I guess. But at the end of the day, I said all that to say this. All of that shit that motherfuckers be doing and thinking they get away with it, but the truth gonna always come to the light. Like, at the end of the day, y'all gotta be careful. Y'all gotta tread lightly, man, when it comes to that putting that money on people's head. And then now, I don't know why, but right now, at this time, it's a lot of that coming out. It's a lot of that coming out. A lot of that is being exposed with people putting money on people's head. Like, the feds are all over that shit right now. You know what I'm saying? We ain't dumb enough to not know that has been going on. So that's been going on, especially in the rap game. And not only in the rap game, with these record labels, that shit been going on for a minute. You know? But it's like a domino effect. 2, 3 people go down for it, and then it's like, shit. Everybody coming out saying this and saying that. Everybody coming out with all type of allegations. People having to settle out of court, Shannon Sharp. Like, it's a lot going on. Be careful, man. Straight up. Be careful. Y'all boys better start tying up them loose ends, man. Real talk. I hate to say it like that, but it is what it is. Y'all better start tying up them loose ends, because for a lot of y'all, that ain't looking good. Straight up. But y'all already know I'm out, man. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? I'm working, and I ain't gonna stop. You know, we trying to make it back to where we was, and then go past that. You feel me? If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you hadn't liked the video, make sure you like the video and share this video. Share these videos, y'all. That's the only way we're gonna really, you know, get the algorithms back to where they was. Sharing these videos. Making sure we hit the like button. If we not subscribed, make sure we subscribe. If you're not getting my notifications, go unsubscribe and then resubscribe and check your notifications in your phone. A lot of times the notifications be turned off in your phone. Go turn them notifications on. Real talk. Y'all already know, man. I love y'all. You know what I like to say. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies and try not to get slimed out. It's your boy.